Hey, this is Toda, and thanks for stopping by and continuing this conversation. So, this conversation is I'm having this as a guitar teacher with parents of children who study with me, primarily children, kind of 11 and older. The kinds of issues I'm dealing with are not quite so relevant to students 9, 8, 7, 6 yet. But if you're parents of those kinds of children, then this is worth watching for, the heads up as to what's coming up. But today I wanted to talk about learning tools that your child will be using when they're doing homework and practice routines and practice labs and all those kinds of things with me. So the first tool your child needs is actually this one here. It's a tuner. Okay, when I was learning guitar, we had to learn how to tune, and that was the hardest thing to do. Right, it was really hard to do, and but that's when we most needed it, when we were learning. So that worry is now taken away for your children. They can just hop into the rock shop or Music Works and buy themselves a tuner. This particular model is about $45. You can get them $30 and so on. I suggest a chromatic tuner, not just a guitar tuner. Okay, the second thing your child needs for their guitar studies is this little doozy here. And what this is a dual timer. Okay, $29.95 from Dick Smith's on K Road. I got this one from, and this has got two timers. So what it allows you to do, say, if we got an assignment that's actually 5 minutes long, and I set that, and we got little steps in the process that's 1 minute long, then I can set that also. Let me just clear that. Then I can set that also. So now we've got two timers going, a 5 minute timer and a 1 minute timer. So we're doing a 5 minute task, but it's got 1 minute steps in it. And when you're busy doing those steps and you have to track your time and turn the timer on and off each time, it's great to be able to automate that. And so each time the 1 minute thing rings, which it should do soon, we hope, if I've set it. Yep, one's coming up. As soon as that 1 minute timer rings, then we just hit the button and restart it. We don't have to reset it again. On some models it's a real pain to sit there and reset 60 seconds or 1 minute each time it expires, but not on this baby. So this is the one that I really recommend you invest in for your child, a dual timer. And I also suggest you keep the dual timer just for guitar learning and just for guitar practice. Oops, here it comes. So that's the 1 minute up, and I just hit that, restart it, and it's away again. So in the space of a couple of seconds we're able to reset that 1 minute time frame. And you'll see when you look at your children's homework labs that why that's really important and why that's a big deal. Okay, the second tool you need is a thing called a metronome, and here's one here. This is the one that I use. The one that I really love is the one that's only got, they've basically got that head cut off and it's just the dial and a switch. But tastes change and things move on and they don't make that available anymore. So what's on this metronome is basically a whole lot of speeds from 40 at the slowest, go right around to, and I always have some 8-year-old who asks me, can you make this thing go really fast? And so there it is on 208. The metronome is really, really important. The metronome to the musician is like a stopwatch to an athlete. Oh, and there goes our 1 minute again, so we can just stop that and move on to the next task. Yeah, it's like the stopwatch to the athlete, and it's really important. It's really important when your child is trying to bring up the performance from a learning tempo to a performance tempo, and that could be 80 beats a minute difference. And the metronome allows your child to track his or her mistake-free progress each day. So you might be saying, well, why is the metronome only the second most important thing to you? And here's why. In the beginning, when your child are learning things, right, in the learning process, if we just pick an arbitrary number and say that there's 28 steps to learn 4 notes, right? 26 of those are going to be mental steps, and they just require the brain to be able to time off little 30-second, 60-second time frames, or whatever the case may be. So they're all mental steps, and only the last 2 are actually playing steps, right? And that's when you need the metronome, is to set up a nice mistake-free tempo so that the body can prove that it's learnt the stuff that the brain has taught it. Okay. Now, that's in the learning process that the metronome has a very small part to play. In the practicing process, and in the building process, and in the training process, it's 95% metronome. The metronome is in all the steps, and so is the timer. So when your child is practicing something, it might be 2 minutes a day at a specific tempo, and that's it. They do the 2 minutes, put it away, and come back to it the next day. So it's in the actual building up process and the practicing process that the metronome is really, really critical. So to sum up then, the 3 main tools, learning tools your child needs: 1 tuner, 1 timer, oh, and there it goes again, and 1 metronome. So this is particularly true for children, intermediate school and older. The children younger than that, it's a slightly different approach. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.